Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Capricorn, and of course, always a big welcome to all the other zodiac signs that felt like getting an inspiration for today. And again, we know that what's speaking above is actually happening as well here below. Now, you get the last reading where the sun is in Taurus. Tomorrow the sun is moving into Gemini, and the moon is also moving then into Aquarius. So you're getting a bonus reading, otherwise you have to wait a whole month. Now the moon in your sign, this is fixed and you are cardinal, so the combination here is the information that's coming down through the Hierophant, through the sun, highlighting you. The moon is waning and you are realizing what it is that you need to look at because you are in this dark spot. And of course, so the emotional, the power and the worth, the self-worth, having power to find self-worth or having self-worth to be powerful, either way, I mean, they need each other. And here is it very clearly shown in the sun that is highlighting your power and giving you self-worth through it. Now, I'm doing these readings because I'm learning myself to understand these cards. I'm creating my own tarot deck. So I'm still making mistakes and I'm doing it for fun. I'm posting these videos and I'm not like into the clicks and all of that, but nevertheless I'm very grateful that people are looking at these videos. I also have a German channel and doing the same thing there. So just that you know, why am I doing this? Now, the yoga card here for Taurus is the movement. The pillars become the movement itself, and the information, the spiritual information is coming down and is also again being brought up by Taurus. For you, I created the dancer pose, and I'm again changing the card. And I have these 3 stages. You have 3 people here, so the number 3 is very important. And the chakras in the center and the horns. And it's always the third eye for you that is very important. Is this attachment to a physicalness? For me, you're the dancer. For me, you are fun. For me, you are not the devil. The devil is just a dimension that we get attached to and do terrible things. So I have now the first row is the past, then the present and the future. But I don't read it like past, present, future. I read it as one big story. And I go as far back now as the 15th century. And you getting the first reading where I'm learning now the Visconti Sforza Tarot coming out of the 15th century, and 15 is your card. So this is the first time I'm doing a reading. I did the German reading and I am incorporating these cards now. So I have 7 here, then 5 and 5. Now the first card that came to speak to you out of this beautiful old deck of the 15th century, very much speaking to you. The 15 is then calculated together as 6-6. So you get the cups, which is that you are content, that you are the lord of material happiness. But why material happiness? Because they're cups. Well, the thing is that you are ending a cycle, because the 9 is a completion. The 9 is saying, yes, I realized something, I have arrived somewhere. This is the foundation of all energies, right? A foundation to a higher consciousness. And so this is Jupiter in Pisces, by the way, and Jupiter in Pisces is a deep emotional satisfaction that is, of course, spinning, and it can change again and quickly. But nevertheless, you are right now getting a wish card. You can make a wish. And so the first card out of this really beautiful deck, I'm going to show you the deck itself. It's like they're really big cards. I really love it. And then we go to 1888, which is the Oswald Wirth. These were the Rose Cross order. And here comes the Magician. These are French cards called Le Battleur. And Le Battleur is standing here on his table, and he has all the 4 elements, and he has the Infinite 8 as a hat. And you have a 1 in your card, a 1 and a 5. So there is a call to you that this happiness that you have, or this completion, can begin fresh, can begin again. And you are ready to make that step. You are ready to say, yes, I'm gonna go out there and create whatever I want to create, because I have come to a real strong and empowered place. Happiness also in the spiritual, in the material. It's kind of like this is really strong. And of course, because right after comes then the Magician, which is the number 1, which is the Keter, which is the crown, which is saying, yes, go out and create whatever you want. Then the Hermetic Tarot, also 1888, the 4 of Cups, Lord of Blended Pleasure. And the 4 of Cups is Moon in Cancer, and Moon in Cancer is speaking to you that you have everything, so be careful not to get attached or get a little bit, I have everything, so whatever, I can do whatever. And no, you cannot do that, because things can go a little off. But right after comes now Rider-Waite deck, right? Because these are just to demonstrate where's the sun and the moon. Comes the 10 of Cups. And that's Mars in Pisces. Mars is action. Mars is speaking about you have now your own rainbow. You go even one more into the next round. You go from 9 to the 1. And then, of course, a little bit into the 4. So I'm just telling you, be careful with this, right? It's the blended pleasure. It's like you think everything is pleasurable. You think you got everything, but you got to be careful that don't go overboard now. And of course, then you get the rainbow of hope. You get here the understanding that you are the empowered person, the 1 in the 10, 1 and 0, a new beginning, because you see how people quickly become entitled. And that's not what we want in this world. We don't want entitled people. So what? So what, you have all what you have. So what, you get another wish, right? So what, you have the Magician. No, stay constantly humble, stay constantly within your energy. Now, this Hermetic Tarot is an order, and out of the Order of the Golden Dawn comes Arthur Waite, which are the most famous cards, right, where all these cards are from, and Aleister Crowley. So I'm going a little bit through a history here with the cards. And you get the Knight of Pentacles. That's a Virgo. And the Virgo is a very hardworking personality. She's looking after the money. She's looking after the crops. And she's really making things beautiful. She's really there to say, yeah, I want things to grow. I want things to flourish. She's very connected to the earth. And so you are feeling that there is a help from a Virgo, because that's also an earth sign like you. You get along with these earth signs. But you have then the 10 of Wands, which is Hermann Handel, 1985. And that is suppression, the number 10. Now coming up with this 10, as you can see, it's a completely different 10, right? This is happiness, this is enjoying. But there is also underlying now, if I put this in front, there is a sign that you might do too much. You might be actually having sleepless nights. So just be careful, right? Also here, right, there's two cards that show me that all this happiness that is happening here, there's underneath also something that's not very clear yet for you, right? So just be careful, look at that, and make sure that you don't fall into the trap of pushing yourself too far, right? Because that's what Mars does. Mars is like, let's do it, right? Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. And is thinking. So it's too much thinking and doing at the same time. And now comes the last one of the past, which is the Medicine Woman Tarot. And here you get the 5 of Wands. And that's Saturn in Leo. And the 5 of Wands is that you realized something, right? You realized here something. You go from 10 to 5, you go down, you have the 5, you get this message, you get one more bonus message from Taurus. Taurus gets the information coming down, but also Taurus can create a movement, a spiritual movement. And I think you realize if you push too much, it's just too much, right? So this is like these two tens speaking to you, right? Become aware, just become aware. Too much can be too much, but nevertheless, you get the 4 of Wands, and that's you get the 5 of Wands, and it's saying, yeah, you went down. You went into the 5. You are playing now. You're playing with your strength. You're playing with your power because you're powerful. You climb up the straightest wall. And so you're playing with your power, and you start realizing, okay, let me see what I can do. This is competition. This is fair game. This is testing myself. And in this card, it's very beautiful the way they make these cards. Now you learn to understand the way things are working here, like testing the grounds. Now your court card, and I didn't show you that at the beginning, but your court card is the Queen of Pentacles. It's between the December 12th and January 8th. If your birthday is there, then this is your court card. So all these other cards are behind here. I'll take a picture at the end so you can have a look at this. So you see all of this behind you, and you're looking again at your pentacles, and you say, okay, now I was able to make a wish, and that wish I was able to really manifest, and then I get a little, bored, but no, I'm okay. I catch myself again. I keep working on myself and with others, and I did a little too much. I can work and do too much, but I know how to go down, and now I'm doing it playfully. And now you're looking at this and you're saying, okay, what I'm going to do now? And what's coming after is then the number 50, the observer, right? So you're getting away from this into this, and you see how the seeds are literally coming out of her hair. She's focusing. So you have the 5, in here, and the 0, a new beginning in this spiritual movement, a movement that only you can create, a movement that you have to literally not sit here and preach to people how spiritual life has to be lived. No, you have to do it yourself. You have to live it yourself. And now you focus on it and you're like thinking, okay, how am I gonna make this something that I really love to do? And so you are kind of looking back into your past and you realize, what did I like? This is Sun in Scorpio. And Scorpio is all about looking back at the time when you were very creative and you were doing the things just very naturally, like the way we do things. And you're looking at it and you're like, okay, maybe I want to get that back in my life. And then comes Alberto Villoldo, the mystical shaman oracle, the Andean cross, the number 2. And you don't have a 2 here, but you have the 2 pillars, you have the 2 dualities, and you have now the inhale and the exhale. You have the arrow that goes up, you have the arrow that goes down. And you have 2 wings behind you, and you have the power to say, okay, in this cross, I want to go in my center. I want to arrive. And you get the beaver helping you as an animal spirit. So let's have a look. This is the animal spirit. And this is a water animal. And it says, hard worker, loyal, tireless, and family first. And I can feel that for you. You're very much like that kind of person. So when in balance, you're happy and you're doing very meaningful work. And I think this is what it is. The meaningful work is that it's a calling. It's not a job. It's a calling. And this is what the Andean cross is talking to you, because the cross in general speaks about the spiritual and the material, the time and space continuum, and here you are in the center. Yeah? And the cross is, of course, very much here with Taurus in his spine. Here, 1, 2, 3 crosses. He has 1, 2, 3 stages. He has here the 1, 2, 3. But he's also the messenger that is bringing this spiritual, the center, down to earth by working on himself. And he has the mudra here on his right hand, 2 fingers up, pointing up to the higher consciousness, 2 fingers down, pointing down to the lower consciousness, and he's right in between. And he's the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, right? So he's the messenger, and this arrow is coming down and the other arrow is going up. And it's always these 2 energies. It's always like up and down, right and left, in and out. And you are working on that. And then you get again the 5 of Wands, a little bit different looking from a different deck. But nevertheless, you can see you continue in working on yourself. You continue to climb up. You continue to go through these 1, 2, 3 stages to the 3rd eye, because the 3rd eye is very important for you. That's where your horns come out, and that's where you can overcome to get out of the 1st chakra, because you're the card number 15, and then comes 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So these are 7 stages to the world card, and you the number 1 down here. You have to overcome all of this to get up here, and the only way to do that is go within. And that's where the Andean cross is coming in. Is the Andean cross is saying, yeah, go within, look back, even though this is the past, don't focus too much on it, let it be. But you are continuously to test yourself and to learn and to grow in the way you want to express yourself work-wise in this world. So now we go into the future, even though the future is now. And the first card that came up out of the Creativity Oracle, all my cards that I'm using are listed down below. And so it's really a mix until 2021, right? 15th century now, and I just got them yesterday and I'm so excited to use them for you. And the message was very clear, right? The 15th century, card number 15, of course. So here is confidence. Know and feel this affirmation beyond a doubt. I am all that I need to get what I want. Number 77. Now 77 doesn't get calculated together. It's a portal. 2 times the 7. And 2 is creativity, sexuality, and the 7 is the crown chakra. You don't have another 7 here. So we see, maybe there comes one later, but have the confidence now by climbing up, by seeing that yes, there is a creative pool that you want to explore and you want to get up there, and then you can maybe let yourself drop and fall into. And you are learning about being confident. You are learning about, that's where the message comes down. The message comes down and says, yes, you're learning to be very confident, very strong. And that's what the Tiger is saying. It's literally giving you, be playful, because this is Saturn in Leo. Saturn in Leo is that opposite energy that we're playing with. So you have 5 portal here. And of course you have a 5 here with this. So you have 3 times 5. You have the power to speak about what you have realized. You have the power to go out there and to be confident now in all the things that you learned and say, I am all that I need to get what I want. Then comes the Queen of Swords, and she is up here looking forward now, and so are you. You are looking out and you're saying, okay, what else can I see? What else is she focusing on, right? What else are you as an observer seeing in this world? What can you do? How close and how deep can you look into your creativity, which is then the calling, which is then not a job, but it's the calling. And she's inspiring you to go and say, have a look and feel your confidence and go forward with the next card, which is the 6. So you have now, and this is going to be very interesting because you have a 6 here and you have a 6 here and you have a 6 here. So you have 3 times 6 and 3 times 6 is speaking about the power of your third eye, the power to look and get there, the power to know 1, 2, 3 stages to the third eye, because the most important one is that we are in a physical body, and through the heart we can go and jump over these 2, and then from here we can jump right over and get into the third eye. That's how you can do it. And you have the confirmation that you can do that. You have the confirmation that you spiritually are now seeing that. You seeing that you can jump and be free of things in the past that maybe hold you back a little bit, that make you sad a little bit, but you know, it's part of the evolution, it's part of the growth cycle. We learn, and the more we learn, the better we can understand that everything has a meaning. And that back then you had all these beautiful things, and back then you were like, wow, I mean, you understand, right? But also this back then. So, and this back then, the 4 of Cups. So The 6, Jupiter in Leo, again the cat, again. So this cat is speaking to you. This sexuality or creativity is speaking to you because you have Saturn in Leo and Jupiter in Leo. And so you go and move forward, you are flying, you are pushing yourself, you're celebrating, you are wanting to know what it means to be spiritually moving forward, spiritually moving to the next 6, which is then the number 4 of 6. 6, 6, 6, 6. All right, so you have 4 times the 6, and 4 times the 6 speaks about the heart. Use your heart always to overcome anything. Use your heart to go to the third eye. You are 4 times in the 6 through the heart. You jump now into your third eye and you make a big leap, you speed forward, this movement that wants to come down to Taurus. Taurus is now giving you this last day today in Taurus, Sun in Taurus, speaking to you very clearly. Make a wish, go out there and manifest, right? And then of course, you jumping into your own court card, the Queen of Pentacles. Here you are from the Muse deck. You're jumping right into this state of mind and saying, okay, I'm not looking at the money anymore right now. I am the money. I am that wealth. I am that strength. I have created whatever it is I wanted to create. I have found my confidence. I have found that push forward. But a little warning sign, again, the moon in Aquarius. Remember, moon in Aquarius is tomorrow. So the moon in Aquarius tomorrow will say, just be aware. So this is speaking about the future as tomorrow. Be constantly aware that you are not doing things that are maybe sabotaging in the end yourself. 7 is always Netzach, which is the victory. And then comes 8, 9, 10 of the Tree of Life. So really look at that. And it's almost like she's having her eyes closed so that she can see what's going on within her. And she knows sometimes I sabotage myself. Sometimes I do things to myself. Just be careful. But remember, I mean, you are jumping forward and you're using your heart and you are on the right path. You are in nature and the green is really good for you. And now comes the most magic you get out of Alberto Villoldo's new deck, the Shaman's Dream Oracle. Another 6. So you have 5 times the 6. You speak about what it is to be in the cosmic womb. You speak about the divine feminine. You are enlightened. You have pushed yourself to a whole new level because you are realizing that everything has its moment and the moment is coming and you are speeding forward. I'm needing more fingers. I want 6 fingers and not 5. I want 6 fingers. So you have 5 times the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Speaking and knowing also that you don't have to jump through, right? You don't have to jump over this. You can also now communicate and share with the people what you have realized, who you are, who you have become. You have let go of your past. You're moving forward. You're using The third eye, the hummingbird in Alberto Villoldo is the soul, sees where it wants to go, is flying forward, is jumping forward into this higher consciousness that is now coming down through Taurus, through this high priest, because that's what it is, the high priest that's speaking to you and giving you the direction to, yeah, go for it and allow yourself to be really spiritually empowered. Empower the divine feminine out there. Help these women and do whatever you can do to help them. Because, I mean, you got a portal through the 15, right? 15 and the 15th century, where this was very much like, yeah, the devil, well, we got to control the people through this card, right? And still people feel controlled through it. All there is that it's giving us an attachment to the first stage through the first chakra. If I overcome this attachment through the heart, I get into the third eye, I liberate myself, and I can see this 6 here as an enlightenment, as that stage where, oh my God, I mean, yeah, happiness. The 9, right, is here speaking and saying, yeah, you can do it. You can overcome whatever it is that you can overcome, and you can be spiritually successful and helping others at the same time. Wow. So I hope I see you in the next reading. That's tomorrow. The sun or the earth is turning. Then we see constellation Gemini behind the sun. So we're going into the 6, which is here a few times. 5 times the 6 is here. So it's already speaking to you. And I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.